What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm back, and my name's Boyd. See, I did it the wrong way that time because we screwed it up last time for whatever reason. Anyways, we're in this game. We're watching Divine Intervention spawning in the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is the Rapple. His opponent today, he is the 5-time winner. Actually, straight. He's not being defeated. The 5-time winner of Age of Mythology's hottest dad competition. It's only been running for 5 years, actually, but he's consistently winning it. Count Von Count is actually consistently coming second. Unfortunately, he's just not putting the effort in. I'm kidding. These are just lies. They're just jokes. Just let me be. It's Chrono JJ. And he's playing as Zeus. This is Divine Intervention. It is round 1. Best round of 32. Round of 32 indeed. And what does that mean? Not really a lot. It's best of 5s for the entirety of this tournament, even up until the finals. Though there is a little bit of a caveat with the finals. It could turn a best of 5 into a best of 10. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Once we cross that bridge, if we need to cross that bridge, we will cross that bridge. So, exciting game ahead of us. I love this matchup. Zeus versus Loki. It's so fun from both angles. It just feels like chaos, and more chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all it feels. It's just fantastic. I love it. So we'll see what these guys are going to come up with in this game. Chrono JJ, obviously expert from way back in like 2003. Before we were even born, he was an expert. Well, maybe not. Most of you guys are pretty, well, maybe some of you are around 18. I don't know, maybe. Anyways. So Chrono JJ, he's been playing the game for a long time. So he knows how to play the game at a very, very high level. If he can pull it off, though, is the big question. Now, Rapple, on the other hand, he's been playing at a high level for some years now. And he is a very well-versed multi-god player. It might be surprising to hear this, but he was actually a vanilla player before he came over and joined the Titans crowd. And one of the big things that happened in the vanilla community was there was somewhat of a... what's the word? I'm not sure. The players were not so happy with people picking one god and only playing that one god, especially players that would jump in and pick, say, like Set every single game, shifting sands, enemy villages. So what ended up happening was we just started going random god. And that way you would just have a lot more fun playing the game because, yeah, you would sometimes get some imbalanced matchups or whatever. But for the most part, you were having a fun game, especially in team games. So Rapple was a part of that kind of crew who was playing random god quite a bit back in the day, though he has moved into being more of a Odin main on the Titans. He has actually been known to play some Greek, play some Egyptian, maybe even pick up some Uranos. He is one of those types of people that says, you know what, if my god is bad, I'm just going to play a different god. There's no problems with that. He's not dead set, like dead. His heart isn't set in one god's place. So he's able to pick up a whole bunch of different gods and make things work. As Athena coming through now for Chrono JJ, we see a what looks to be somewhat of a fast advance time here from Chrono JJ, though it is a little bit slower as I've really got no idea what JJ's done this game. But he's long distance chopping wood from over here. Things are going a little bit crazy. I think JJ's lost the plot ever so slightly in this game. So we'll see how things are going to go. It's going to be a 4-16 advance. I think 17 villages here for JJ to 14 villages for Rapple. That kind of gets equalized once the heroes come out, as Zeus obviously needs to utilize his town center to make those heroes. So we'll see how things are going to go as the Longhouse getting dropped down for Rapple nice and early. Fairly fast advance time for both players in all honesty. As we see, no surprises here. Military barracks number 1 for Chrono JJ. The question is he going to go, as we see in classic Chrono JJ fashion, housed? No, not housed. He's perfect. Look at this. Look at this. I was making fun, but that house comes up in perfect time, on point from Mr. Chrono JJ there, as his military academy is now up. I'd like to see an archery range as well fairly shortly as the Hersir Halvard Iron Breeder. He is breeding some myth units right now by bashing that temple down. Chrono JJ juking around with his Minotaur, playing with Fate there as the villager this is something I do all the time. I train my hero, and then I train my villager, and then my villager comes out to meet wherever my hero's waypoint is. Is what it is. Is a thing. Anyways, we do see the troll coming in as Jason is on the case. As these villagers, low HP villager, Rapple not paying, yes he is, and he almost snipes it, it's a down to 1 HP, it's getting away. Can we see JJ get away? Answer, no, and we also see the Rapple Hersir going to be pulling back home as well to boot here as Chrono, he needs some extra military buildings down, and he needs them down fast here. As Rapple, look at this. Rapple's got 2 military buildings down. He's getting himself the Hall of Thanes out. He's over on this corner over here. It looks like the scout from JJ trying to figure out where his opponent is. There's the archery range down at 6 minutes. Very, very late here, but things a little bit scuffed here already from Mr. Chrono JJ. Thank you for the rating party, Kavoth. Appreciate you, my friend. Hope your stream went well. As the troll does manage to pull back. And now the Jason is under harassment. As these 4.62 speed Hersir are very, very quick on their feet. That is for sure. As we see the archery range now up. Chrono JJ in classic Chrono JJ fashion. This is something that Chrono JJ has done, I think, for his entire Age Mythology career, is he hasn't used auto queue on his buildings. And what ends up happening when you do this is you queue up a bunch of units in your buildings and you are no longer efficient. It is actually, as much as the auto queue enthusiasts like to say, and I am also partially on board with the auto queue enthusiasts. I actually also, I don't mind. But it is hard to play this game without auto queue. It is difficult. It is a skill. And Chrono JJ is trying to make it work here, but he's getting housed. Anyways, the one advantage of playing with auto queue, without auto queue, is you get warned very, very hard when you get housed. So I think that's why JJ does it, in all honesty. As we see the Hersir coming back in around, looking for some raids. Now, the best way to play against these sorts of Athena aggressions is to just not engage the army head on. Instead, go after the straggler units. Instead, go after the food villages. We do see some walls coming up here. I love that play from Chrono JJ. Great awareness where that's concerned, as the army of JJ now moving off to the left side of the map here. We see some walls coming up for Rapple, but Rapple's got way too many units here for JJ. Look at this, 5 hoplites, 2 heroes and a Toxodia against 10 Hersir, 11 Hersir here. No problems where that's concerned. Chasing those around as the game will continue. The next thing here for Rapple to do is get these walls set up on this gold mine, because that way he gives himself much of a better opportunity to survive any sort of gold control. A Valkyrie spawn there, nice and big. We do see a bolt coming down from Chrono JJ, not wanting to deal with that one, but the army here of Rapple will be able to clean this army up fairly easily. Nice micro here from Rapple, pulling his Hersir away, as we do see a very, very early restoration. This is not what we wanted to see here from Chrono JJ. 9 times out of 10, if you go for a restoration push onto the Loki's second gold mine, it becomes really, really tough for the Loki player to hold that. Or you go for a restoration push onto the main town center of the Loki player. It becomes very, very hard to defend that as well. But good fight here for Chrono JJ to take as he's trying to push through. Lots of resources in the back. Might be opportunity to grab a town center if he can, but I think it's up on this position, as we do see a cheeky little ghost building up from Rapple, and Chrono JJ sneakily retreats around the other way. He's going to be jumping in to this forest here as we see an Einhyar spawn. Great micro there from Rapple, clicking onto that Toxodia to get the Einhyar kind of boost off there to get those Hersir up to crazy amounts of HP, or not HP, of damage, of DPS there, as the Valkyrie spawn comes through. And now Chrono JJ fully on the back foot. He's about to lose both of his heroes as well, as the Valkyrie in the main base going after these villages on this gold mine with 1,300 gold left on that one there. Rapple can start just pushing in, getting the damage done there as well. Meanwhile, over on this position, the Hersir checking around, trying to find everything they possibly can. As the wall's coming up on this position, the Valkyrie going to get taken down as well by said town center. Rappel here is trying to get as much damage as he can done here. One big advantage with having these myth unit spawns is you can get them underneath the enemy town center, underneath the towers, and tank for days. Look at the damage this bad boy takes. 3 damage a shot. That's like nothing here. It's like nothing. So he can just come and sit there as we see Townsend. Rappel doesn't care. Normally we see a fast heroic here 9 times out of 10, but Rappel's just like, I'm going to take this town center in the middle of the map. Why not? Why wouldn't I take this town center in the middle of the map? It's here. I may as well take it, as Chrono JJ on the back of this position here, still getting harassed by a Valkyrie in complete disarray in this game. As the Irony are here retreating back, and we'll see how things are going to go here. There's one villager down, and the Valkyrie yet again searching. We do have a Jason out. So these military buildings starting to come down for Chrono JJ. Is he building units out of here? Yes, he is. Or ever so slightly. He's still got some resources in the back. Maybe going to try and get to the heroic age. I don't hate the idea. If he can get to the heroic age, he can get access to the Hypaspist. That gives him an easier time with dealing with Rappel sort of flaming weapons plays. Though at this point, Chrono JJ very, very far behind in terms of economy. He does have 38 villages though. He's not that far in terms of income at the moment, but units lost count definitely favoring Rappel at this point. As the Rappelhurst are going to be pulling back. Villagers moving up onto this Auroch over here, going to be eating that one. There's boars on the map. There's deers on the map. Living the dream where that's concerned as well. As these longhouses about to finish up. We do see Bragi on the way here for Rappel as well. So not only does he get the second town center up first, but also he's hitting the heroic gauge first as well, as Chrono JJ a little bit far behind on that armory, as we see Apollo, the god of choice here for Chrono JJ. We'll see if you can get any value from that. Potentially some sort of a Pegasus coming around the side, hitting the gold villagers, potentially to take all those out. Wouldn't go astray here. But as the heroic gauge is incoming, we will see those villagers popping out considerably fast here. As the military academy up as well for Chrono JJ. And he's going to be, and Rappel is now breaking down this wall. There is a gold mine on this position, but Rappel, he doesn't know that it's here so well. No walls up just yet for Chrono JJ either, as the granary going to be getting taken down. As he's just searching around looking for something to finish off here. Pickaxe also on the way here for Rappel. As how many resources in the bank here for Chrono JJ is the big question. He's got a little bit, but it's still going to be a tough ask to get all of these Hypaspis out. As now he starts them, he gets 2 out of every single one of these military academies. As the Herser moving around the sides, looking for things to take out. It does find the Watchtower. Another Valkyrie spawn. These Valkyrie spawns are getting so much value in this game, ladies and gentlemen. As he has to retreat those Hypaspis. Do not want to be losing those, as the villagers do get spotted on this position. Rappel turns around, gets just a little bit of damage before retreating away. And now Rappel can consider moving over there and getting that damage done. But we see a hill fort up. I don't mind that, but what Rappel does need to be slightly concerned about, he's got such an advantage now, but concerned about is how to deal with those Hypaspis. You cannot continue to go pure Herser in these situations unless you've got Fire Giants, unless you've got Ballista, unless you've got something out to help you deal with those Hypaspis. Otherwise, just get yourself some raiding cavalry, and that would be a decent idea. As one Herser, 2 Herser get taken out. Great usage of the Hypaspis there. As the Herser swinging up onto this position as well. And Rappel is just like, let me just take all the town centers. Town center number 3, town center number 4, getting them all up. And he's got such an advantage here. And we'll see if Chrono JJ is going to hit the button, because he's got to go. He's got to attack soon. Otherwise, Rappel sitting on this town center advantage, sitting on this villager advantage as well. It's going to be a really tough time, as we do see Rappel kind of retreating back, not wanting to take this fight just yet. He does have to be careful with this one. Flaming weapons getting dropped down. Chrono JJ, simply put, just going to retreat back. I like the idea. We do see these walls getting taken down. He's going to get pushed off of this gold mine for the time being. But a decent amount of Hapaspis out, a decent amount of Hoplites out. The Jarls are coming through. They're a really tanky unit there at 180 HP. Going to be very, very helpful here as well as now Chrono JJ happily taking this fight now underneath the watchtowers, the town center as well. We'll see if he can hold here or not, but even if he can, he's losing villages, he's losing army, and it's not a great trade either as the Odysseus does manage to take down the Ioniar, but he's got a mountain to climb here, as well as a mountain giant, but he's doing his best here as he does manage to clean up the vast majority of these units in his main base, but Rapple is still sitting at 118 population, still in a considerable, with a considerable advantage. Now look at the villager differential, 30 villages for Chrono JJ to Rapple's 73 villages now, ladies and gentlemen. He is in such a commanding position. As another temple coming up over here, we see Throwing Axeman getting trained. I don't hate the idea of Throwing Axeman against Hapaspis at all. Idea is if Hapaspis can attack the Throwing Axeman, it's bad. Otherwise, the Throwing Axeman win incredibly hard. As now the army of Chrono JJ ready to put some pressure on. He's still only at 74 population. He's trying to make these food-based units here. As we see some villagers trying to sneak the boars up on this position, but one Huskarl up there ready to hit the raids. As Rapple doesn't care. He's just like, I'm going to keep on going. We do see some Hapaspis center. A big overreaction from Chrono JJ, but he's expecting to see some Herso getting sent up onto that position there. As Rapple slowly but surely picking back up to full population. 87 villages now. Chrono JJ, has he stopped producing villages? No, he's still making them, but he's losing them very quickly here. As the army of JJ needs to pull back into his main base. Walls back up on this gold mine. A handful of villages over there as well. As Rapple tries to break through here. Look at this from Rapple. He's controlling this Huskarl very, very nicely, but he's going to have to retreat back home, I guess. As what can Rapple do to just end this game right here and now? Probably just Mythic Age and Fimbulwinter would make Chrono JJ want to push out, tap out of this game. It's tough in the best of times to face Fimbulwinter, but when you're already down nearly 3x villages, Jesus. My golly gosh, life can be very, very tough. As Rapple is now just happily pushing forward. How many military buildings now? He's got a ton of longhouses on the front. He's got the temple in his base, the longhouse over here as well. Heavy infantry coming through. He does drop some population, but he's picking villages off. We see some units coming up onto this position. Another battle war on the Hunters over here. Oh no, that's so bad here. Chrono JJ just cannot get a break with this Loki. There's the army of Rapple just chewing through everything here. Meanwhile, the gold villagers over here going to getting taken out as well. As the villagers pulling back off of this food after losing a considerable amount. And in the 18th minute, Chrono JJ does decide to tap out. Not able to make the Zeus work against the Loki of Rapple. Rapple is one of the best Norse players currently playing. I do believe he did incredibly well in the Fimbulwinter tournament. No spoilers where that's concerned. Check that one out as well. But first game going to Rapple. We'll see if Chrono JJ can recoup in a different matchup here moving into game number 2. It is 5 different matchups for the series. So he's got opportunities galore to find a win here or a win of the series if he keeps on trying his weird shenanigans. But we'll see how things are going to go. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.